Most people picture war as a sudden, immediate event. An explosion hits and a life ends right there on the spot, almost instantly. But from a medical perspective, immediate death is actually rare on the battlefield. The true lethality of war stems from specific, severe injuries that the human body cannot naturally survive, or that medical teams cannot treat fast enough. To understand how this happens, we need to track the biological cascade of trauma. We are going to follow the damage inside a human body from the exact millisecond a blast hits, through the following minutes, hours, and eventually the rest of a survivor's life. Initial survival marks the start of a biological ticking clock, as internal trauma begins its progression through the system. The moment someone goes down, they enter a chaotic environment where the first line of medical defense has to act immediately. In those first crucial minutes, the absolute primary threat is bleeding. Severe hemorrhage is the #1 cause of preventable death in any combat zone. This chart shows combat fatalities. Massive blood loss accounts for roughly half of all deaths. When volume drops rapidly, the body loses its ability to transport oxygen, triggering shock, a critical drop in blood flow, shutting down organs within minutes. The primary delivery system for this trauma in modern warfare is the explosion. Blast events generate an immense amount of raw kinetic force, accounting for 50 to 70. Stopping this cascade requires immediate physical intervention to halt the bleeding and manage the airway. While explosions dominate, soldiers also navigate the constant threat of small arms fire, making immediate casualty evacuation a necessity. Penetrating trauma from gunshot wounds is the second major cause of injury, accounting for about 20 to 30% of casualties. As a projectile travels through tissue, it transfers massive kinetic energy that shreds internal organs and pulls external debris deep into the body, making a secondary infection nearly inevitable. Alongside ballistics, combat zones present immense surface trauma risks, primarily from secondary fires and collapsing structures. Up to 45% of individuals caught in an explosion also sustain severe burn injuries. A severe burn destroys the body's primary protective barrier. Once the skin is compromised, the body experiences a massive, rapid loss of internal fluids, setting the stage for multi-organ failure. Whether the body is breached by a piece of flying metal or extreme heat, the loss of that physical armor initiates a dangerous countdown of fluid loss and systemic infection. Once a patient makes it off the front lines, they enter a medical infrastructure that is almost always stretched beyond its limits. This environment reveals the hidden killers of war, casualties who survive the initial trauma, only to pass away days or weeks later. When local hospital networks collapse, basic hygiene and timely surgeries become impossible. In these depleted environments, otherwise treatable conditions evolve into fatal disease outbreaks and overwhelming infections. And for those who do pull through, the timeline of trauma extends from days into decades. Survivors face permanent physiological changes. Long-term disabilities, limb amputations, and the deep neurological scarring of PTSD, a severe psychiatric disorder triggered by life-threatening events, become daily realities. Reclaiming basic bodily functions requires years of arduous and painful physical rehabilitation. War targets the human body through a complex biological breakdown, often occurring over weeks or years, far from public view. Yet, the majority of these fatalities share one trait: they are entirely preventable, provided the right medical intervention arrives in time. This environment is the ultimate brutal test of medicine under pressure. Subscribe to Chronicles of a Doctor, where we explore the stark realities behind life and death.